everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be sharing 10 fashion rules that you should actually follow. Now, normally I hate fashion rules. In fact, I thoroughly enjoy wearing white after Labor Day. Yes, and I even like to mix blacks with browns. True story. And if done correctly, I might even mix navy with black. I know, but with that said, there are some fashion rules that I genuinely love to follow and I think help me dress better. So that's what we're gonna be talking about today, and let's get started. But first, consider subscribing down below. Now, when I was putting together my fashion rules list, see, I'm fully prepared with my videos. I guess I wanted your opinion. Actually, my Instagram followers' opinion. Shout out to my Instagram, you should follow me. I am very pushy in this video so far, I apologize. Anyway, I asked my followers what fashion rules they loved to follow, and the one thing that I got over and over again was no VPL. That's right, no VPL. Glad we got that covered now. What? You don't know what VPL means? Me either. I had no idea what the heck freaking VPL meant. So I'm thinking it's like a Wi-Fi service, an internet service. I have no idea. So I had to search it, Google. Turns out it's no visible panty line. No VPL. So now, yeah, that's like an obvious one. But I wanted to get out of the way since apparently all of you know what VPL means, and I have a fashion and style YouTube channel and I have no idea. So that leads me to the importance of seamless undergarments. I recently talked about this bralette. I can link it below. Highly recommend. I can also link some of my favorite seamless underwear. I'm not gonna show them to you right now, but they're good. So yeah, don't show your undergarments. I feel like that's a no-brainer, but I wanted to mention it since apparently all of you mentioned it. The next fashion rule that you should maybe follow is to not wear running shoes with jeans or like a nice outfit. And don't get me wrong, I love a good pair of sneakers. I like the white, just white sneaker, like fashion sneakers. I love like Converse. I love black Van sneakers. I even like the Golden Goose. I mean, they're dirty, but they look really nice with an array of outfits. But the running shoes or athletic shoes paired with skinny jeans and maybe a sweater, no, it just doesn't look, it doesn't look right together. So that is a fashion rule I think maybe you should follow. The next point is just perfect timing because I was just thinking that I was revealing too much with this top and I can't even button it. This is taking way too long. Now granted, I will never have a problem with this next fashion rule because no matter how far I button down my blouse, I will never have cleavage. But the rule says that you should not reveal too much in too many spots. And I think, I mean, I know I've talked about this on my channel before, but the general consensus and what I personally agree with is if you're gonna show off tons of leg, maybe go conservative on top with the cleavage. Or if you wanna let those little puppies out and show some upstairs, then you wanna, you know, maybe don't make your skirt so short. You wanna balance it out. I would just like to say, and I feel like I never insert random footage. I mean, I definitely insert random footage, but I am so freaking cold right now. I feel like I'm shaking and I'm not even speaking well because my teeth just wanna chatter. It is so cold in here. Okay, I'm back. And speaking of the cold, and I swear to God, I did not even plan this placement. It just goes to show that my segues are on par. Anyway, this next one has to do with wearing appropriate footwear for the snow, which is outside, which is making this room very cold. I need better ventilation. Insulation is what I meant. Now, there are many women and girls, I see you out there. There's a few inches of snow and you are still wearing open-toed shoes or flats. Now flats are a little bit more acceptable. Sometimes I do that, but a fashion rule that you should really follow is to wear appropriate footwear for the snow. Now, there are many options. We've got many boot options. There's the knee-high boots, there's the riding boots, there's the Chelsea boots, there's the combat boots, there's snow boots. Wear the boots if there's a lot of snow outside. The next fashion rule that you should try to follow involves not wearing AirPods while having a conversation. Not only is it just It just really doesn't look that great, but it's also just not polite. Would you guys like it if I filmed the rest of the video with these in my ears? I don't think so. So this is just a little public service, like a friendly reminder. If you're having a conversation with people, take them out. It looks better and it's nicer. Speaking of politeness and my exceptional video segues, the next fashion rule that you should always follow is to never wear sunglasses inside. It just makes you look douchey. Maybe this is an old school fashion rule, I don't know, but anytime I'm wearing sunglasses and I walk into a store or wherever I am, I remove the sunglasses. The sun isn't inside. But more importantly, it just allows me to actually look people in the eye. It allows me to just look like a better person. And then when you go outside, you can put them back on and use them for their intended purpose. The next fashion rule that you should stash in the back of your brain is to not overmatch. Don't be too matchy-matchy. Matchy-matchy is no goody-goody. I have no idea where that just came from. There's an exception to this rule, and that is blacks. If you're going to wear black on top and black on bottom, which I fully recommend, I love a good monochromatic look. If your blacks don't match, then we have a problem. Blacks are weird. They have hues to them, and I think some people don't realize that, and even in weird lighting, sometimes even in your closet you don't notice it, and then you get out into, you know, the daylight and you see like, oh my goodness, this black is totally opposite of this other black, and then it just looks like it's clashing. So try not to be matchy-matchy as far as colors with other like rainbow colors, you know, pick a couple colors, stick to that. And then as far as blacks, just make sure they're the same tone. If you're wearing a black sweater, make sure the black pants are in the same family. This next fashion rule is so good. This is something that I honestly follow daily, like on the daily. I love this fashion rule. This is another one of those suggestions that so many of you messaged me about on Instagram, and that is always being loose on top and tight on bottom, or vice versa, being loose on bottom and tight on top when you're picking out an outfit. Guys, this is a fashion rule to live by. I'm sure so many of you already follow it, but if you haven't or don't or never heard of it, just think about this rule or this suggestion or this idea when you're picking out your outfit tomorrow. Again, the rule of thumb is if you're going loose, bulky, flowy on top, maybe pick tight pants. If your pants are really flowy and maybe wide leg, like bigger and bulky, then maybe pick a tighter top. It's all about balance, and this is the perfect fashion rule to apply. If we're talking about fashion rules that you should always follow, this has to be in this video. It's a no-brainer. I'm sure many of you know it, but I go to weddings and I still see it, believe it or not. And that is, do not, I repeat, do not wear white to a wedding. Yep, it might be old school. It's correct. It's the correct schooling. Don't wear white to a wedding. That is for the bride. She's kind of the main event, essentially. And if you wear white, it just isn't it's not very nice. It's not very polite. Not only is this video about fashion, it's also about etiquette. The next fashion rule that you should totally follow is just because you are getting older doesn't mean you need to dress older. And I know this is kind of like a vague fashion rule to follow. Like, how do you do that? I know a lot of people as they get older, they get the fear that, you know, they're not gonna be able to pull something off and people are just gonna look at them weird. But guys, I'm telling you, as long as you feel comfortable in it, as in like maybe you're not revealing too many things in too many spots, flashback to number 3, you're fine. I really think that when you kind of stay, not in every area, but if you stay a little bit up to date with your style, you will look so much younger than if you dress for your age. I promise. So again, stash it in the back of your brain. So that does it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you're new. And then right here, I'm going to link a video all about 5 easy ways to immediately increase your style. And then on this side, it's all about the top 10 wearable fashion trends of 2020. So I'll see you on over here in another video. Bye.